drunk uncle or judgy aunt.
Oh. Okay. I think they both enrage me.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
I think I would take judgy aunt. You know, they're like, I've had one aunt that one time was like, you know, like Nick and I got engaged and married really fast, and she was like, "Oh, so you're pregnant?" And I was "Oh, so you're divorced?" Hi, besties. I'm Faith Okay.
And I'm Asia the girl.
And this is Okay Girl.
Welcome back. Or welcome for the first time.
Yeah.
Friends new and old.
Yeah, we love it. Welcome. We're doing Friendsgiving today, so
Friendsgiving.
Here for the first time or not, welcome. We don't have any
Everyone
food,
at Friendsgiving is a friend.
Yeah, exactly. We're happy to just sit around the table with you.
I know.
And yap it up.
Or around. Are you guys like formal Thanksgiving? Like for Friendsgiving, are we like sitting at the table, or are we? I mean, I probably am, but I don't know.
I think that was one of my this or that's actually. So that's fun.
Good, okay.
But yeah, we can. Yeah, we'll talk about that.
Yeah.
I think it. Hold on, let me double check.
If you guys write it in.
I don't think it was. Okay, hold on. Let's just talk. Let's talk that.
Yeah.
I think typically it depends on my Thanksgiving because I go to a few.
Right.
I think I prefer sitting around a table, but not super formal.
Yeah. Just like for the sake of conversation, but not like we're just sitting watching TV in the living room like a normal day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But with just gravy.
Yeah.
More gravy.
More gravy than a normal day. Yeah. I don't know. I love I'm drinking gravy all day long. So we're either around your living room or around a table. Your preference?
Yeah. Whatever works for you.
And we're just going to have a good old yap session just like we would at Thanksgiving.
Yeah. I love Friendsgiving.
I know, me too.
It's just so nice and like cozy, and I don't know, like it's all the things you love about Thanksgiving, but just like with people that you never get to spend the holidays with.
That's true. Yeah. It's also nice because like these are people that I selected to love.
That's true.
Wasn't forced to love. So
there's like assurance in that friendship.
Yeah, exactly. Like I can come to this Friendsgiving and know nothing is off the table because we're all like pretty similar. Yeah. But like if I go to family, it's like, you know, don't bring up that so and so got divorced. Don't bring up the politics. Don't bring up this. And like I walk into Friendsgiving and I'm like, you guys. Yeah.
Exactly. So good. Anything new with you?
Yeah, always something new. So on election day, yay! I hope you got to listen to our presidential episode. So it was not serious, so if you're looking for a non-serious presidential political theme, we got you. Yeah. Go listen to Presidential Lulu. But on election day, I got a lot of things done because I'm an adult.
Nice.
And I got my teeth filled. Great, fun. I'm bruised. It's fine, whatever. But I also went and got evaluated for my brain.
Yes. How are you feeling?
I took we went through like all the things of like, what trauma do you have? What sort of history do you got? And of course, I'm the type that's like, my brother was crazy. And then he was like, and I was like, you're not supposed to react like that. You're supposed to laugh with me, bestie. Funny.
I'm trying to riff with you.
It's funny that my brother tried to set our house on fire. Laugh. And he's like, oh, that's not normal.
Interesting.
So that was great. But yeah, I really liked him. I was hesitant about it being a man just because of trauma, but he was like cool older brother, young uncle type vibe, which was like great. He was like in Carhartt like clothes. I was like, you're a therapist. What are you working on?
It's like steel toe boots.
But so we did an evaluation and he diagnosed me like this. He said, you definitely have ADHD.
Now we know.
And so we, at that point, after he was evaluating me, we were riffing. So he said that, and I was like, that's hilarious. Thank you. And so then we talked medication, and now I'm on medication. They put me on Strattera, so it's non-stimulant. So
nice. That's what you need.
thought Adderall would fix me, but I was like, I should probably not start with that. with just lots of things. So for lots of reasons. But so I'm on that, and he was like, you won't notice any difference for 2 to 4 weeks.
Cool.
But like the side effects might kick in immediately. And I was
What are
like,
the side effects?
Oh, they've been fun.
Tell me.
So, the first one that happened was that, so he was like, when you take it in the morning, try to take it at the same time because you're ADHD, you got to try to remember it, set a routine. I was like, okay, I got you. And he was like, also eat with it because it will mess up your stomach. Right. And so I did do that. This trips me up. Because weekdays I eat breakfast anyways. I get my $1 bagel from Panera.
Amazing.
And so I normally eat that. And so now I'm taking my medicine with that. Today I did not eat breakfast because I normally get to church late and then I drink a bunch of coffee and I'm like, all right, lunch. I was suffering.
Oh no.
I was like, it got to the point we were like serving in the second service in the kids wing and I was like, I might have to run out and throw up and come back.
Oh my gosh.
So it's just when I don't eat. So that one's fine.
At least you know like how to resolve that.
Yeah, but the very first one that I noticed was I was sitting at a freaking college fair working. And I feel a tingle that starts here. Okay. And it works down my neck, through my body, all the way to my toes, and then it was gone.
What?
And it would just, it happens randomly. I just randomly will get a tingle all the way through my body and then it's gone. And so I was like,
so weird.
Am I just cold and got a cold chill? Like what? Yeah. And then I Googled it. And of course, Reddit is my bestie when I'm researching. And so Reddit was
Reddit is an okay girl for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Some of Reddit.
Yeah. Yeah. The ADHD, the r/ADHD, they're okay girlies. And so they told me.
Yes.
The okay girlies in the r/ADHD said that's normal. That it happens to them too.
That's so crazy.
Also, my legs feel light.
Oh, interesting.
Like, I'm trying to think of a PG way to explain.
Yeah.
Because, like, I'm thinking of, like, when...
Yeah, tell me. I love this.
When you've had... This is a far back experience for me, but when you've had certain substances of some kind, really any kind, that make you feel really great mentally, your legs feel like they're kind of floating. That's what my legs feel like almost all the time.
It's so wild.
Like, so weird and like almost like they're balloons.
Yeah. It's like the those like whatever things that you plug in that like they're like filled with air at the like car dealership.
Oh, a wacky like inflatable tube guy.
But just your legs.
Yeah, just my legs are just
sticking out.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, my legs are just flying away. Yeah, so those are the main ones. Is that my stomach hurts if I don't eat. And I get a weird tingly thing, and my legs feel like I'm on drugs.
Awesome. I love that for you.
Which I guess I am.
Yeah.
So
I'm
on a medication. It's fine.
It's another word for drugs. Yeah, exactly. That's awesome. Love that for you. Yeah, I'm so excited. I know you mentioned that like you'd be unstoppable if you were diagnosed, and so I'm just can't wait for.
It is give me 2 to 4 weeks.
Yeah.
Once we up the milligrams, I'll be unstoppable. Hopefully,
it's so good.
We'll see.
I'm excited for you though.
Yeah, I am. It did feel kind of like immediately I felt validated and relieved because I did have the experience where I went to my primary care doctor like a year ago, and Nick, after I told him about this, was like, oh my gosh, you're so spiteful. Which is something I struggle with. But a year ago I went to my primary care doctor and I was like, I'm having brain fog, I feel like I can't focus, I just like feel really scattered and flustered, and like that's not me, like that's not who I am. And she was like, maybe you're just stressed. And I was like, ma'am, I am diagnosed with like anxiety and depression. Right. I think I know stress.
Yeah.
And she was like, let's just see how you're feeling after you have less going on in your life. And I was like, bruh, you are not hearing
That's so
me.
Invalidating.
That's so then I finally on my own had to find doctors because she like was like, you're probably just stressed. And I was like, you don't know me.
You don't know my life.
We just met. I come here once a year. And so she was like, I just think you're stressed. And I was like, okay, whatever. And so I leave the doctor's appointment and immediately was like looking into places. It took me a long time to get to the point of going. But then I went and he diagnosed me and I was like, I cannot wait to go back to my primary care doctor. And for her to go, are you on any new medications? And I'm going to go, yeah, I am actually for ADHD, which you said I didn't have.
I can't
Stay
wait.
in your lane, primary care doctor.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny.
So yeah, I do feel very validated. The like therapist was very great, so it was a good experience.
That's good.
It took me a long time, but
love that.
Just schedule the appointment, bestie. Just do it.
I know, I gotta do that. Okay, so I have like 2 short stories.
All right.
2 short updates. One, so I mentioned in the last episode that my father-in-law was going through just like a lot of health stuff, and so I told Luke, I was like, we should put like a get well basket together for him, because like he's been in and out of the hospital for like over a month, and it was just a lot of recovery time. He's just like not feeling great and he has to rest. So I was like, what if we got like a basket with like a blanket or like all these cozy things to help him recover? And Luke's like, yeah. We go, well, he said that there was like a specific like novelty item at Lowe's that he was like, I think my dad would like this. And he's like a handyman, like that's perfect for him. We go there and it's not there, and he's like, actually, let's just get this bucket. And so our basket was the like Lowe's like utility bucket, the blue one.
Lowe's bucket, yes. The white plastic on the handle.
Yeah. So that was the basket. And then we did like fill it with like a blanket and an iTunes gift card, because he still just like gets all his movies off of Apple TV. It's like really cute. So he's like, that way he's like, I don't really know what movies and shows he doesn't already have. Binge, so like this will be a good way to like grow his library. And then we like put like a beanie in there, which is cute. And then we went to Target. We got some of the things at Target, and we were looking for like a get well soon card. And Luke was just looking at everything. He's like, oh, these all suck, I don't like any of these. I was like, I can just make one. And he's like, okay. And then I was just trying to think, like Luke's dad is very like sarcastic and funny, and he like, I don't know, he's very self-deprecating. So I was like, I feel like this card needs to be self-deprecating. So in like large like lettering, I put I should have taken a picture of it, but I said get cozy, because like it's like a cozy basket. And then in small letters and said, and please don't die. And so Luke thought it was great, like the tone was funny, whatever, and it had a very heartfelt message like in it. But then we get to the house, and like Luke's like instantly helping his dad like just do a bunch of stuff outside that had been needing to get done, but of course he can't lift anything heavier than a gallon of milk, so he just wasn't able to do anything. So I'm like bringing some of our stuff inside, and I instantly, of course, like they have a great community around them that was like sending them get well soon cards and beautiful things. And so there's like a bench that's displaying all the cards, and let me tell you, they were all so inspiring and beautiful and not humorous. And I was like, oh my gosh.
Did you have that feeling where it's like your whole stomach just dropped?
Yes.
Like, oh
wait. Because then like, I mean, okay, like we're laughing about it, like he is doing better. There was like a thing where they're like, I mean, this could go poorly, like something bad could happen. So which is why the tone of all those cards were like that. And so when he's opening the gift, he really loved it. He thought it was great. He loved he used the bucket instantly, which is great, good for him. He also really loved the blanket. Luke picked that out. All these great things. And then he opened the card and he thought it was the funniest thing ever. And
great.
I was like, Luke, can you just like put that in the middle of all the cards? And it like, it's just, please don't die. Amidst all of these like beautiful sayings and like scripture with all the like,
God will carry you through.
Exactly.
Healing prayers for you.
Right.
Don't die. That's
literally
wild.
All these like flowers that he got.
Oh my gosh, you guys got him a bucket. But he loved it.
He loved it. It's so him.
You guys, you knew him, obviously.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
So that was it was just great. But I did have a moment like, oh no. But then the other one, also very short, was, which is gonna like add to my point because I said the other one was short and then I took a long time to say it. after we recorded the first few episodes, Jacob asked, he's like, so you guys have been doing the podcast for a little bit now. Is there like anything you've like learned about yourself like since starting? Which is like a great question.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, I think I realized that I have a hard time getting to my point very fast. And then look at Jacob, we're like, you don't say.
They said, we've been waiting for this one. I love that it even took you a long time to get to the realization.
I know. And I think what like messes with me is like we both are familiar with like doing live form content, which is like totally cool and kind of fun to be long-winded and like take a long time to get to your point, like that everyone's just there for the ride. But everyone needs to give Faith her flowers because she does all the clips, the short form clips to post on like TikTok and Reels and stuff. And thankfully she has like a little bit of like software help from CapCut, but like she has to edit down everything so much because I think Nick watched one of our Reels and he was like, I mean, it was funny, but it took like a long time.
He was like, took a long time to get to the joke. And I was like, ow.
But that's mostly on me. I feel like that's like really my weakness.
I will say on that same note of like what have I learned, and I'm trying to get better about it. I have noticed that I'm a big and like girly.
Yeah. But we are who you are.
I'm trying to like be more intentional now in our podcast because I'm hearing myself when I'm editing and I'm like, oh my gosh, shut up.
It's so funny when I'm editing. I mostly just edit for because I edit all the like long form stuff. I mostly just edit for making sure the volume is like pretty consistent throughout. And of course, if there are any moments where we have to like regroup and cut part of the episode, like I'll do that. But I try to like keep it pretty like casual and conversational. I'll leave a lot in. But mostly when I'm like trying to figure out where the audio starts to spike, I'll like play the last few milliseconds over and over again. And I don't even realize like that it's kind of loud, like the volume carries from my this little studio area to the rest of the house, and I'll just hear Jacob start mimicking the soundbite. He'll be like, "Is it good? Are you good now?" I'm like, "I'm sorry."
Oh my god!
So I feel like you're already part of the family before this, but like your voice reverberates throughout this house.
It does that when I'm here
on the cutting floor. Yeah, that's true. But also, he's one to talk because he did before the episode we recorded before this. He was like, "I'm gonna close my door so I don't cuss while I'm playing video games."
Playing video games, yeah. Him and Nick, man, loud with the video games.
Very
it's okay.
passionate.
We're all loud in our own ways.
It's
and
true.
About our own things. Yeah. Well, that was fun to like catch up. So now we're going to do our Friendsgiving, which we kind of talked a little bit about already. But so we're going to talk a little bit about what we're thankful for. Aww. And then in the spirit of Friendsgiving, we're going to I'm going to read to Asia some of the things that you guys have written to us about our episodes. If you want to share those things, you can do that on our Discord or what else do we have? Email. YouTube, we do have an email. Spotify, any of that. You can use any Instagram.
We'll find it.
And we're gonna share them every so often in episodes. So that's what we're gonna have our thankfulness, our listeners, and then we're playing a little game of this or that.
I'm so excited.
So it's basically Would You Rather.
Yeah.
But with Thanksgiving themed things. So that's what we've got in store today. So how let's jump into thankfulness.
Okay.
So I just wrote down a list of just like without any bullet points. So I don't know how many are here. Do we want to just like
just go through yours and then
okay. So I'll start with one of the big things I'm thankful for is that I started a new job this year. So I escaped the world of financial aid. She was really something. I enjoyed my office mostly that I worked in. It was just that like I was stuck in my office all the time. I wasn't very engaging with students. And that's just like kind of why I got into college work.
It's like it was kind of a tease because you were on a campus, but you were FaceTime with students was not very...
I was like seeing and emailing students, but it was always them being angry at me because it's so money, fun. You know? Yeah. So now I'm in my new job and I love it. I get to like travel to high schools and other like workplaces and everything and talk about college with people. So I am feeling just like energized by that and thankful for that. I'm also thankful for the podcast starting this. And like Asia and I were obviously already really good friends, but I feel like this is like,
imagine we weren't friends before this podcast.
It was just strangers.
Like, yeah, it's like an arranged marriage.
We both create content. Yeah. Let's create more together. That's what this is. No. But yeah, I feel like obviously our friendship was very good before this, but I feel like this is so nice because it's like time with just us, and like it's not live, so we don't have to also talk
to other people.
We're talking to you guys. Yes. We're talking to you guys, but not in the moment.
Right.
And so it's like we get to just kind of like brain dump with each other and yap and be besties, and then you guys are here for the ride, and then later we get to like interact with you guys about it. So it's just like it's a different form of content, and my brain loves it, and I love it. Good. And then I also church community in that. I feel like our young adult group and like the way we're serving and all of that is just like super life-giving right now. And like I don't know, I just think back, like I started going to Sojourn 7 years ago and knew like just my immediate, like my cousins that were going there, and so now to like have a bunch of friends that anywhere I go in the church I'm like, oh my gosh, hey, how are you?
That's
you know,
so
like
nice.
It makes me want to cry. It's so sweet. And then some smaller things because we love big things, but
you gotta be grateful for everything.
We have to acknowledge that little things change our lives too. Okay?
It is so true.
One of the things that has changed my life this year is the Panera Sip Club.
You do love the Panera Sip Club.
I freaking love
Tell us about it.
Man, Panera, you're gonna get so much business from this. You might as well sponsor us. Okay? The Panera Sip Club, it's like $12 a month. And I can get as many drinks as I want in a day, as long as I get them like 2 hours apart. And so every morning I get a coffee, and then if I'm out traveling for work, I just go grab a tea. And then when I leave the event, I grab another tea. And I get like 3 drinks a day for awesome. $0, except for my $12 a month. And they give me like free entrees. I get $1 bagel every day.
That's so
like,
nice.
I'm Panera's biggest fan. Some people have told me that it's just glorified hospital food. That hurts my feelings. But it's kind of real.
But, you know, there's obviously a market for that.
It's me.
It's just Faith.
I love Panera. And so the Sip Club really has, like, changed my life. And our budget.
It's so good.
Last thing. For Christmas last year, I got a Kindle. And that has changed my freaking life this year. And I use the Libby app with it, so it's all free. I like don't buy books really, unless I'm like out at a bookstore and I'm just like, oh, I just love books. I love how they smell and they feel and all of that. So occasionally I will, but I'm like reading free things on the Libby app. I'm supporting my local library.
Look at you.
Yeah.
Amazing.
But like I am realizing and kind of just leaning into the fact that I am an iPad kid.
I knew you were gonna say that. Yep.
Yeah, I am. And I wanted to say that I wasn't, and I wanted to be like a hardcover book girl, or even just, I'm a paperback more, but I wanted to be like a physical book. Yeah. I wanted to be like a planner girl. No, I need a Google Calendar and a YouTube video playing while I'm doing something else, and I'm
Your
reading
life
on
is
a
like
screen.
The Subway Surfer.
It is. Yeah. Like, don't be surprised whenever I start editing more of our reels and there's sand cutting at the bottom.
I'm so excited for that. That's gonna be
like
so
soap
unhinged.
Cutting, sand just over us yapping, because that's what I need. And you probably do too. You'd love it. I promise.
You're like, just try it.
Just try it. You'll be thankful. You'll be so thankful.
That's gonna be on your list.
I love that. Having a Kindle, I've read like triple the amount of books I read last year.
That is so true.
I think I'm like pushing towards, I want to say I'm in the 20s at this point. Yeah.
That's so good.
So my goal was like 12. I wanted to read a book a month. So yeah, feeling good. So those are, I'm thankful for the big and the little things.
Yeah. Yay. I love that. I also had the podcast on here, so let me just talk about it for a little bit, because it's just been like really awesome. Having, like you said, like just, I don't know, it's different because like we had just like together time where we were co-working, but now we do that on stream, which is still fun. I really love that. Like it's just like its own really fun thing, especially for Faith, because I feel like it just taps into her chaotic extrovert self. It's great. But it is nice to just have like just time the two of us to catch up, and like like obviously we're recording the podcast, but she'll come and hang out and have like lunch with us and just chill for a little bit and make it a whole like relaxing like experience. And so it really does feel like okay, today Luke for one was being a very like chatty Cathy and changed like man. Yeah, changed Who man. He was like very social. Luke is also introverted and gives no cares what you think about that. But he does get these moments where he just is very chatty and will talk to people. And so Faith had texted me that she got out of the youth group like Sunday school early, and so she and Nick were gonna go to lunch, and I texted her like over half an hour later, and I was like, we're still here. We're still here, and we'll be there soon. And then they ended up like hanging out at our house, like in the house with the dogs, without us.
Because Aisha gave me my own code to her keypad on her door. So now I just type in my own little keypad number, and I come in.
It's so cute.
And so yeah, we had a little lunch at your kitchen island.
It's so precious. I love that. So yeah, they're just part of the family. And yeah, it's just like nice to have like these like Sundays to look forward to, because it's like obviously we're like getting stuff done, but it's just also relaxing and bunch of time.
Yeah.
And I also have really enjoyed, like I kind of was jealous that I was not at church the like Sunday after our first episode dropped, because Faith got to like get a lot of people's like in real time reactions.
It was so nice.
It's so precious. But today I bumped into two people that also started listening to the podcast, and I just love that they were like so into it. Aww. I was like, I'm glad that like this is like something that can be, I don't know if life-giving sounds too dramatic or whatever, but like they really something enjoyable, something they can identify with, which I was like, who's gonna identify with our chaos? But I guess they do. And I don't know, I think like it just reminded me like people, there needs to be space in all of our lives for just like having fun together. And I feel like this is our contribution to the world, I guess.
Big hanging with everybody. Big hanging. Yeah, it was just so fun, because I also like forget a lot of times that we record this and post it and real people in our lives watch it.
I know, it's one thing for like all of our internet friends who are truly our friends, but like they don't do life with us like in person.
Like I'm used to internet friends seeing it because it's the internet.
Yeah, right. But it's the only way we can connect. Yeah.
But people that I like talk to once a week or like hardly ever are like, I watched the podcast and I loved it. And I was like, huh? Oh, you know that I do that thing now. Oh, no. But it is fun. It's like I get to now connect with more people. Right. Because I'm being an open book. I'm bearing my soul here, okay?
Doing a service to you all.
Yeah. But
so be thankful for us.
It's like initiating a conversation, but I don't have to do the awkwardness of initiating it.
You're so right.
They're listening to this, they know something about me, and then they come up and tell me that, and I'm like, we can talk now. Yeah, so I get you.
That's a good. Yeah. This is the life hack for introverts who want to put themselves out there.
Just start a podcast.
Yeah, just start a podcast. It'd be great. Bonus points if it's unhinged. Yeah, so you mentioned like our young adult group and like seeing those friendships grow. Like I also put that on here because it's been just really cool to see like our friendship and others specifically in that group, and also others, but like for my intents and purposes, I don't know, it just is so funny to me that when we first started hanging out, I mean kind of not a forced thing, but it's just like not organic. Yeah, it's just like, oh, if you feel like the term young adult resonates with you, you can meet at our house on Thursday nights and we're gonna
we'll talk about the sermon and
whatever, play games if you like that. And so there's like always like an awkwardness that comes with that when you like don't know any of the people going into it. So it's been really cool to see like everyone go from being a little bit uncomfortable but like cordial to like being very comfortable with each other. It's a little bit unhinged. I'll say sometimes I feel bad for the new people that show up. I'm like,
okay, we gotta reel it in.
hold on. Yeah,
we gotta ease them in. Yeah,
they'll love it eventually, but it's a lot off the bat.
Yeah, I feel like too, it's like we started out doing the thing that I feel like a lot of Christians do, and what I've experienced in Christian culture of like, we all came in and like put on our best like faces, and we were like, here's the good things happening in my life, things are great, or like here's a prayer request, and it's like surface level. But then like as we opened up and spent time with each other outside of just group, we've gotten to see like real life. And I feel like it's like that's part of the problem I used to have with like churches and like Christianity, was just like I felt like everybody was so like, I'm hiding everything because I want to present that I'm like sinless and like perfect. And so like to have friends that we can come in and be like, bro, I'm a terrible person, and here's how bad my week was, and it sucked, and I got angry at this person, and I shouldn't have done it, I'm dumb, and whatever. And it's like, and then our friend goes, oh, me too. So it's like, oh, that's really nice.
No, it's true. And it's like an interesting like balance of like, you know, in a setting like church, or and honestly like any like organization, like there is an initial like awkwardness, like if you're gonna like have that sort of intention of like, oh, we are trying to like hang out with other people that are like our age or whatever, you can't have to put it out there. And so like, but it's just like so hard to break from that, where you're like, oh, I can just be myself, and not like I can just be a version of myself. And one thing that I appreciated, which I thought was really fun or like funny, was we kind of intentionally, the first like month or so, like we didn't have any sermon discussion. We just hung out because like we literally don't know each other at all.
We're a bunch of strangers meeting at a stranger's house.
And then one of our friends who like is in the group of you, so comfortable with everyone, he was like, hey, are we ever gonna talk about like the Bible? And I was like, yeah. And then I explained the intention behind it, and he apparently like thought that was like super cool. And so I did really appreciate that. But yeah, I'm really thankful for those friendships. It's just cool to see. This feels like very meta for no reason, but I feel like I'm just like grateful for learning like new ways to like be grateful. Like you're you're just like having eyes to see, like to appreciate, and like what you said, to like the small things and the big things, like just being able to, when something in the moment is happening, to like know like, wow, what a gift. Like someone was talking to me earlier today, and they were saying like yes, we, in a negative way, or there's like a negative connotation to this, but a lot of times we'll be like, oh, don't take this for granted, but which I agree with, but at the same time they were like making the point of like, children take for granted every day, in the sense of like they receive things as gifts every day. And I think like one way to like I don't know, like create a grateful spirit, or foster a grateful spirit, I should say, is to like view everything as a gift. And so when like you feel like things are rough and like hard, like, not to say like you just have less gifts, but it's like when everything in your life like you're receiving as like, this is given to me, it just like really changes your perspective on things. And I was like, that's a good like thing to remember. So I've just been like trying to slow down and think of like all these things that I am grateful for. And to, you know, because I'm getting too serious now, a couple of the things that I love that are small, or I'm grateful for that are small, is one is, dude, what is going on at Joann's? Why is everything so on sale all the time? Oh, dude, I have the app, and I went to like buy a couple things for a costume I was working on, and I'm looking at the app and I'm scrolling through the deals, and like, I kid you not, there was a coupon. Do you say coupon or coupon?
Coupon.
I think I say coupon, and then like I kept hearing people say coupon, and now I'm like, I have like identity crisis. But yeah, I think I say coupon. So I'm like scrolling, and there's a coupon that says entire purchase 40% off. I'm like, nice,
amazing.
And then I scroll again, and it's like entire purchase 50% off. I'm like, no, I'd rather do that. And then I scroll again, and it says entire purchase 60% off. I was like, what are they doing over here?
Can I stack those and then get money back?
Like, are you paying me now?
Can you pay me to buy your things?
So yeah, I am like really into sewing and stuff, and I do mostly like upcycle, so I don't get a ton of stuff from Joann's, but whenever I have to get material, it's so nice.
I love a craft store sale.
Yeah.
I feel like that, like, Hobby Lobby is the same way.
They're so out of touch with like the rest of the retail world. I feel like
they're just crafting. They're like, people love this. They're passionate about it, but they're probably poor because they're making things.
They know their market. Oh my gosh. But yeah, I am very grateful for that. I'm also really grateful for the last few years now I've been able to work from home. I think that's like nice. I know like people are wired differently. Like I had a coworker who on one hand did like working from home because like I think there's an element that everyone enjoys the flexibility of that, but she didn't really have a space to work from home, and there was just like a lot of chaos going on in her life. So I guess that like a twofold, like I'm grateful to have like a space to work in this very serious looking office space that you see in front of you all, but also have the flexibility because I think it just like allows for like like hanging out. You know, we didn't get to record on a Sunday, you want to come record on a random Tuesday.
Nice.
It's been really nice. And I also really am grateful for the fact that when I go into my favorite local coffee shop, Mickey's, they already know what I want to order. It's just so nice.
That's amazing. I love that for you. I just went back there. I was there yesterday, and it's the first time I've been in a while, and I was like,
it's so nice.
I missed you.
Such a good grocery store. I mean, not grocery store, a good coffee shop.
Yeah.
The last thing, you were talking about Kindles. For a different reason, I am very grateful for Kindles because I really love hardcover and physical books. But your girl is very shallow. No, that's not the word. I don't know what the word is, but like I definitely judge book by its covers, and like I only like to collect things that are pretty. That feels like very not good of me, but there are a lot of books that I want to read that the book covers are so uggo, so basic, and I don't want to see it on my shelf. And so I've really been enjoying buying books on Kindle with ugly covers. And because I'm a fiend for Amazon, as Faith shades me on, I have so many Amazon credits that I've never used.
Great.
And so I've been loving the deals I've been getting these ugly books that are great, but will never see that on my shelf. There ain't no way. Even if it's like
into Kindle Unlimited.
No.
You should probably do that.
I probably should do that.
It's like a monthly fee, and then you get all the books in it, like included
that's nice.
in. Yay.
Okay, I'll look into that.
Or support your local library.
Or yes,
sometimes the library doesn't have everything.
Yeah. So. Or have to wait, and I'd like.
You should look into Kindle Unlimited.
You're like,
I'm like, you're buying books all the time.
It's true, but yeah. So that's like my new loophole. Is
I love that.
I don't need to like avoid it and dodge it and like search high and low for the one copy from so many years ago. This edition is beautiful, and then be really sad that I can't find it. I could just get it on Kindle. It's fine.
I love that you're like, I read on a Kindle, so I don't have to look at that.
Literally though. Exactly.
Also, I'm loving the fact that it's probably the books that I gravitate towards that you're like, no shot.
Yeah,
it's like an animated couple.
Yeah.
Like it's like, it looks like it was traced in Procreate.
Yes.
I eat those up. I see one of those and I'm like, I'm gonna love that.
That one's for me.
And I think I've seen books on your shelf that you've told me about, and I'm like, I never would have picked that up. Yeah. Because I'm like,
relax.
There's a lot going on. Doesn't tell me what the book's about.
Where's the couple drop?
How do I know they're gonna fall in love if they're not in love on the cover?
Please. So true. But yeah, those are all the things or at least some of the things I'm thankful for.
Yeah. Okay. So now we're gonna jump into, since we shared.
Yes.
Now you guys are gonna share.
Yeah.
Through me. So Asia has probably read some of these, or most of them, I don't know. But we're gonna share them with you guys so you can hear them all.
Can't wait.
So this first one, I asked for just like Delulu stories to share for this episode, and Tori delivered. She said
Tori.
She gave me two. So the first one, she said, my most recent Delulu story is that I thought I could get the nursery done in one weekend in Louisiana during our wet hurricane season.
Girl.
But then she said that's not Delulu enough.
Oh, that's not okay.
That's not Delulu. Okay.
You're right. For Tori, that's not Delulu enough.
Nursery in one weekend, despite the weather, like any weather, is crazy.
Yeah. I'm gonna say, okay, I don't mean to be proud, but you know me. Okay, maybe let me know if I'm out of touch. Am I being too Delulu? I kind of want to say, unless you're me, you cannot do it in one weekend.
I feel like I think you could get the nursery
started.
I think you would, but I think you would start thinking of other things and then
true.
Want to keep going.
That's
so it would
true.
not be
That's
it would
true.
not
That's
be done. I don't know if like any room you were ever working on would ever be done.
That's a good point.
Because like even your studio, well. Like this space, you would say it's done. It's not done.
It's true.
You ordered like those hooks and shelf like a month ago.
There's so many times where Jacob will be like, you baffle me, because he'll like see me just like scrolling on Amazon, and like obviously it's like for this room, and he's like, what else is there? What else can you do to it? Like, no, there's room. But Tori, that's crazy.
You know what, it's Delulu, but you whatever motivates you, you know. Yeah, if you say true. I'll get it done in a weekend, you're gonna try your hardest. Mm-hmm. You may not get it
just
done.
Jedi mind trick yourself. It's fine.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. Her other one that she thought was Delulu enough, because she said that wasn't. She said, which is always a good start. If it starts with it means we're in for something. I'm in 7 groups on Facebook for reselling food trucks because I'm, quote, gonna buy one.
Stop.
One day.
No, I love this for you. This is great.
And she said
7
groups
that are all for that purpose,
all for reselling food trucks.
I didn't know there was
a big enough market.
Me too.
How's there not just one with like 5,000 people in it?
Right. You know?
7
different flavors.
She's in it. There's probably more than 7. She's just in 7.
That is crazy.
And she said she's gonna buy one day for her coffee truck business, which I love that idea. Yeah. And she said, even though I'm 5 months pregnant and have no time for that. And then she said, but...
Pregnant with twins, everyone.
Yeah.
Pregnant with twins.
A twin nursery in a weekend and a coffee truck business. Let's go. And then she said, but I will pull in Asia and save all of the trucks I find to a list and just delete them when they're sold.
Exactly. Yes,
but this part is not this part is not like Asia. They are categorized by the amount of work they'd need to have put into it.
Yeah, that's not me. That's both of us together.
That's a good combo. Mm-hmm. That is smart to categorize by the amount of work.
That's a good idea. I need to learn from Tori. I think we need to pull a Tori sometimes.
Yeah, that's true.
I love that though. Thanks for sharing, Tori.
Our first episode was about our friendship story and how we became friends. And so a couple people shared some friendship stories. So we'll read those. So from Raven King, the drama queen.
Yes.
They said, not an origin story, but I think it fits. One of my longest standing friends and I don't recall how we met. So each time the topic comes up, I use it as an opportunity to convince him I'm not real.
I love that. That's so good. Like, way to capitalize on your moment. For a lot of friendships, I feel like when you're an adult, maybe, that you didn't start when you were a child, it's very clear to say, at least like kind of low-key how it started.
Yeah. So
like, what a great opportunity to like, if you don't know, it could be anything. And then you can gaslight them. But like for fun.
Now I just kind of want to like think about a friendship I have and start doing that.
See, you're gonna join me in the like social experiments that you have, and you yourself will be entertained.
Maybe instead of convincing them I'm not real, maybe I'll just make a new one each time.
Oh,
just be like, remember that time we ran into each other at whatever, and then we became friends?
And then you can see if they're the kind of people that like will just agree, be like,
or be like, no,
exactly.
Fun social experiment.
There you go.
Okay. Tori also replied to this one about friendship. She said, me and my IRL bestie met in college. We were both lost trying to find the same biology class, which is so cute. That's fate.
That feels like I guess not coming of age if you're in college, but like one of those type of TV shows that are like vibey and you're like, oh, you two.
I know.
So
yeah,
cute.
that's really cute. And then she said the next year we had the next level of bio together again.
Aww.
And we were like, let's get an apartment together, period.
Of course, yeah.
And so she said, now we're dreaming of the day we can move abroad to one massive piece of land where we can each have our own space and business and just live a self-sustaining life as besties and neighbors.
That's so good.
That's like every bestie's dream, I think. I think at some point you reach a level of bestie where you're like, we have to live near each other.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
We tried to convince Luke and Nick to just buy a mansion together and then everyone have their own wing. And everyone was on board except for Nick. I gotta say, I gotta keep it real.
Nick is just he likes his own space.
But he can like
comfort.
literally retreat to his own wing.
Ugh, I know. It would be so fun. We'd have a whole little content area.
Yeah.
We'd have our studio offices.
Exactly.
Like
yeah,
it'd be so fun.
So
24/7 sleepover.
yeah, the best. But one time we were talking with Tori. I think this was on a stream, and some like others in the stream community where we were talking about like starting or like living on
having
like,
a commune.
Yes, a commune.
Yeah.
And she was just like volunteering for every job.
I know. She was like, I'll take care of the animals and I'll make this and I'll do this. And I was like, no, I don't have any skills. I could churn butter maybe.
You'll just be like entertainment.
I'm just dilly-dallying around the property, being like, good job.
Yeah.
Keep going.
That everyone's hype girl.
I'm just actually the joker.
Yeah.
Just the jester.
Yes. Every commune needs a jester.
Commune jester.
The comic relief.
Oh my gosh.
So good.
All right, another friendship story. This one comes from Derek.
Okay.
He said, I met one of my best friends at an 80s themed birthday party.
Love that.
Still to this day, we say our friendship started with my mullet wig.
That's so cute. And like very on brand for Derek.
Yeah,
Derek goes all out for like costume theme stuff. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He's your
yeah. I love that. It's like that's when you could be like just out of pocket. You could tell people like, we met back when I had a mullet.
Yes, exactly.
That's so good.
What a great thing to keep in your back pocket.
I love that. So let's see. Oh, this goes back to Asia behavior about the save for later. Mm-hmm. And we actually I'll share a little bit about Derek and I having a further conversation, but he commented on that episode where we talked about our jump scares of each other. Yeah. And he said, definitely on the same page of The Rock, so he agreed with the Rock hating. Right. We love that.
Yes.
I had quite a few people that were like, I am also a certified Rock hater. And I was like,
besties.
Thank you. We're validated. We could start an anti-fan club? A hate club.
We'll start a Facebook group.
Facebook group.
Just like Tori's.
Food trucks for sale, and also we hate The Rock.
Yeah. Both and.
But he says, Asia knowing the max on save for later is 600 is crazy.
It is. It's true.
He said, I also have lists and have been saving for later recently, but thanks to you, I'm finally organizing my long list of 56 items to my organized list.
I wish mine was 56 items.
600.
One of these days, guys, I'll put everything in a list or delete them because I already bought them.
So Derek and I saw each other earlier this weekend, and we were talking about that. We were talking about, so I think I was talking about buying something on Amazon, and he was like, "Oh my gosh, I didn't know the max was 600." He's like, "I thought mine was out of hand," and he was like, "But now, like, I just want to get in her Amazon and organize it." And I was like, "Me too." And I was like, "My dream is
gonna break into the house and just organize her Amazon."
My dream is one day I'll get Asia's Amazon password and I'll be able to put everything in a list for her.
Maybe that'll be our like our Patreon is just like a live feed of me like painstakingly putting everything away.
Oh my god.
I'm not talking. It's just so quiet.
Just silence of
all right, 100 done. 500 to go.
You're like sweating.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. All right, and then our last one that we had was, so DJ wrote in about
DJ, we love you.
We do. He wrote in about his personalities from our Enneagram, or our type maxing episode.
Type maxing.
So he gave us a full list of he has biblical motivational gifts, Strengths Finder, Myers-Briggs, learning style, and Enneagram results, which I didn't know biblical motivational gifts was a quiz or a type. I will be taking that.
Yeah, definitely.
And so he said he was like perceiver, exhorter, and teacher.
Okay.
And then his strengths finder was intellection, developer, ideation, belief, and input. Amazing. I also have intellection in mine. It's my fourth, I think.
Okay.
And then his Myers-Briggs was INFJ.
We're the same.
That's what I thought. Yeah. I thought that was yours.
Yeah. DJ. That's cool.
And it's called The Advocate.
Yes.
Yeah. I love that. Which also goes really well with your 9.
Yeah.
Like peacemaker, advocate. Yeah. His learning style is kinesthetic by doing. So and I'm that way. I need like hands-on, tangible. Yeah. Like, if you throw me in, I'm going to be stressed, but I'm going to figure it out.
That's how I am, too.
And then his Enneagram result, the highest was type 5, the investigator.
I would have guessed that for him. He seems very 5. That's cool.
Yeah. And he said he was living his personality dream because he always ends up training or teaching people stuff.
That's so perfect.
I love that, which was one of his biblical motivational
There you
gifts.
go.
Teacher.
There you go. All this energy.
I love that we got like a whole snapshot of who he is as a person.
He's like, here you go.
Here's all of my results.
I love that. That just like sets the example for all of us to be so vulnerable.
Yeah.
That's so great.
Share all of our results from all of our tests.
Man, I can go on and on about like personality stuff. It's just so fascinating.
I love it. I love it. We'll have to do more personality test episodes.
We'll have to like do that biblical one.
Yeah, that would be really fun.
We'll do it.
I'm interested by that one. Yeah. So that was all of our little listener write-ins. There were also, of course, just like in-person people talking. Like I've had really good conversations coming out of this, which we talked about in the thankfulness section. But I'm just, I love hearing from you guys. If you didn't have something read today and you're like, dang, I wish that I did. I wish I was at Friendsgiving. That's okay. We'll have another episode where we do this. Just make sure you write something somewhere.
Yes, please.
Anywhere. As long as we can see it.
We'll find it. Yeah.
Instagram.
Somewhere we can find it.
We have X. Well, I don't really use it a whole lot, but we got Instagram and TikTok and Discord and email and everything. So just comment or write it or whatever. It's great. Please. Yeah. So that leads us to our last little bit, which is this or that.
Yes.
So these are just going to be...
I really hope we didn't overlap that much, but we'll figure it out.
Yeah, I hope not too. But I think...
It'll be fine.
I think you were like us talking about... Was it last episode? Oh my gosh, now they're blending together. Was last episode where you talked about how growing up on Guam, you didn't have like fall, so like things are different. So I feel like maybe we have different...
Oh, that's true.
Thanksgiving thoughts.
Maybe, yeah. Yeah, we'll
see.
Out.
But we're just gonna rapid fire essentially, and see what this or that we'd choose.
Yeah,
all right. Do you just want to alternate?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. First. Pumpkin pie or apple pie?
Did you have that? Okay. I really love pumpkin pie, just generally speaking. So first of all, it's gonna be pumpkin pie. I am hit or miss on apple pie. Like, maybe this is something broken in me and not the apples, but like there's something about apple pie that tastes like the tiniest bit metallic to me. Do you know what I mean?
No, I get that because when apples get heated, like cinnamon apples on their own, they have a little bit of that. It's like I think it's if you leave the skin on.
Oh,
I think if you peel the skin, it goes away.
Okay, because I feel like I'll bite into and be like, I feel like I'm biting into my fork. You know?
Yeah.
But also, that's just like, it was never going to win from the start because of that. But pumpkin pie, I just really love like dense but creamy consistencies. So pumpkin pie all the way.
Yeah, it's like almost like a cheesecake. Yeah, I'm a pumpkin pie over apple pie. To me, this might be a hot take. Apples and apple pie feel Christmassy to me.
I agree with that.
I think Christmas, like, obviously I'll eat an apple pie anytime it's in front of me. I don't say no to any pie. Yeah. Literally any pie. I will eat it and be happy about it. But when I think, like, cinnamon apple, I'm like, that's cozy Christmas time. Pumpkin is fall.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Okay, cool. We're in agreement.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to start. Oh, football or Macy's Day Parade?
I had that one, too.
Really?
Let me borrow your pen.
Your girl.
I grew up in a parade family more than a football family. So I will say we do both.
Yeah. Okay.
So we watch the parade early in the morning, when it's like live. And then while we're having Thanksgiving dinner, right after, we would go in the living room and just like chat and yap for hours, because my family doesn't know how to have a short holiday.
Right.
And we would watch football kind of while we're doing that. But if I had to pick just one, it's the parade. All day long.
I agree with that.
I love a float. I love a marching band. I love a dance group. I love it.
Yeah, for me, this is not any, like, I'm not drawing from any recent experiences, but growing up, my dad was like is super into football, and I feel like he's such a chill person until his team loses or is losing, and I feel like he just ruins the vibe when he's like upset over over Thanksgiving dinner. So there's like, I don't think anything that should be making people that angry.
How could you be mad at a giant Snoopy in the air?
Snoopy brings us all together. Exactly. We love Snoopy.
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay.
Okay, this one's not exactly Thanksgiving, but in the spirit.
I have a few of those.
Okay. Yeah. Black Friday or Cyber Monday.
Okay. I don't know if this is making me sound like a curmudgeon, but for multiple reasons, I think Cyber Monday. Even though I know that doesn't like add to the like hustle and bustle. Like, I feel like that does like take away from the human experience. But I just know I can always find the deals I want on Cyber Monday.
That's fair.
And I'm like here for the shopping. I'm like, I can hang out with people anytime, but like I feel like if I'm looking for a deal, I'm just gonna go on Cyber Monday.
I love that. I kind of expected that you would be Cyber Monday. I am Black Friday.
Yeah, that sounds right.
So okay, first let me say, Black Friday in like 2010.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
That era.
People were getting trampled.
Yeah.
People were fighting for their lives. I remember going out like shopping and people stealing out of carts.
Yeah.
Like
people
like
were
running with a giant TV under their like that is the thrill of Black Friday. That is what I love. My life feels slightly in danger over like a t-shirt and I'm like, let's go. So now Black Friday's a little less now because of online.
Right.
But I will say I love so I'm an in-person shopper more than online shopper.
I am too when I'm not looking for something specific.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I love a mall.
Yeah.
Like we got to bring the mall back.
Yeah.
The mall has
I agree with
got
that.
to come back. We went to the mall recently and it was like they had characters out like
oh, really?
Store mascots. Like the Vineyard Vines whale was out.
Oh.
And then right next to him, a whole aerial group was coming from the ceiling. And then a little bit further, they had the jumping trampoline bungee things. And I was like, oh, the mall is so back. It's so back.
That's awesome.
We are out of the COVID scary dark times and the mall is here.
Good.
Oh, yeah. But yeah, so I'm Black Friday because I just love the rush.
I love that.
And also just love like my mom and I normally make a day of it and like get coffee early and then go shop. Yeah, and it's just fun. And I get all of my Christmas done in one day.
That's true. That is really nice. I still gotta go Christmas shopping.
Me too.
Okay. I feel like I know the answer to this already, and I feel like we're gonna have opposite answers. But sides or desserts?
Ooh.
Oh wait, maybe
that's actually hard.
Oh, okay.
Because it's only hard because I love Thanksgiving sides.
Yeah, they're great.
But I think.
Well, your sweet tooth.
I think dessert. I think it's dessert. Like at first I was like, okay, if deviled eggs are involved, I might change things. Yeah, that's fair. I could eat a whole platter of them.
Dude, me too.
But the like it is real that because I don't eat meat, a lot of the time sides now are cut out for me. Yeah. So I make a like plate of sides, but then like I also make an entire plate of all the desserts. Like a little bit of I want to try it all.
I need you to like to a Thanksgiving bring one of those like smaller like tier platters and you just have all of your sides, and if you can't have mains that make sense for you, and all your desserts at the top tier, and then you just have like your little like Bridgerton moment where you're just eating off of
with the little apple cider.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, no, I'm a pie, any sort of dessert.
That sounds like you. I'm definitely a sides person. Me and Nick are very similar in this, where we don't really have that much of a sweet tooth. If I do eat a sweet, then I have to chase it with something savory.
That's wild.
Because I'm like, I can't have that sugary like taste in my mouth.
I get it. Yeah.
But I love me a side.
Oh, me too.
Thanksgiving side.
Thanksgiving.
So yeah. Okay.
All right. On the thing of Thanksgiving sides, are you a stuffing as in inside the turkey, or a dressing as in outside of the turkey?
Right. Okay. I only will say dressing because you can have more of it, because stuffing you're limited to the cavity or whatever. And I am what's a better PC or PG word? I'm a fiend for some stuffing, okay? Like, I could just eat stuffing forever. We just need to have, like, a stuffing day.
Oh, my gosh. Please.
Let's do that. The entire Friendsgiving that we're going to have in person, just only stuffing.
That's my dream.
That'd be amazing.
Anywhere I go that has stuffing, I'm like, give me that.
That's
the whole
me.
plate, please. Yeah, I am also a dressing outside of the turkey. I grew up that way.
Too, for you now.
Yeah, now it makes sense because I don't eat meat. But even before that, it just felt silly. Like, why are we putting that inside of that bird? Let's not.
Put in
are they not humiliated enough? Being killed and dead on this tray? Do we really have to put something inside of them?
That's so funny.
No. So yeah, I prefer it outside of it. Yeah.
Perfect. Okay. Are you a smooth or chunky mashed potatoes person?
Oh. Somewhere in between.
Okay.
So I don't like a runny smooth.
Yeah.
Then it's like, what am I even doing here? This is a smoothie of potatoes. But too chunky. I don't want to like feel the potato.
Okay.
Like, I don't want to like eat a chunk of potato.
Okay.
I want like a thick, like if I like globbed it up on a spoon, it would take like a little effort to get it off. It would like take a thwack, you know, to get off. But I don't want any lump of potato.
Yeah. Okay.
Somewhere in between.
Sense. Yeah. I'll eat a smooth mashed potato if it's there, but my mouth will be kind of sad, I think. Yeah. My dad always made like chunky mashed potatoes with like a ton of like roasted garlic in it and some like, I don't know, herbs and stuff. Yeah. And he would keep the skin on, which I love. I
do texture. Love a skin in a mashed potato.
Yeah. And I was talking to Rio, my middle brother, and he was saying how he has like converted because he also is the same way. But his in-laws, like, they do a really good like smooth mashed potato, and I was like, I've lost you. You were here and now you're gone. Never mind.
Oh my gosh. I was just trying to think of a better consistency word, and I think hard serve mashed potatoes. Like, not soft serve.
Yeah.
I need a hard serve mashed potato.
Yeah. I get that.
Yeah. Okay. I feel like I already know your answer to this, but would you rather host Thanksgiving or be a guest at Thanksgiving?
Host, for sure.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a guest girly. Like, I'm like, the less that I have to clean and cook and worry. I will say I love cooking for holidays. Like, especially because like I don't get to eat my mom's cooking as much anymore, so I cook her recipes and then I'm like, oh, like this is Southern country cooking and like fixes me. And so like that's fun because then I get to feed it to my friends and they're like, oh my gosh, this is the best mac and cheese I've ever had. Awesome. You know?
Yeah.
But like most of the time I would prefer to be a guest somewhere than host. Yeah.
I think for me, like, I obviously don't mind going to other places for Thanksgiving. Like, we try to do like every other Thanksgiving with me and my middle brother Rio. But I think what stresses me out is like I really love like cooking, and like it just is harder when you're not home to do that, because like my family doesn't live in the same like area as me, so we're always like traveling out of town, out of state, and so I'm like trying to figure out like when can I like make some time in their small kitchen to make the side dish or whatever, and then it just like feels like stressful, and I'm like typically like, especially if we're getting in like right before Thanksgiving, like we're like Venmoing them to get our groceries for us because we can't really bring it with us or whatever, and like it just feels like such a hassle, and I'm like, I'd rather just make everything here and you guys come
get
here.
it. Yeah that's fair.
That's a good one though. Okay. This is more just like fall, not necessarily like Thanksgiving. Oh no, hold on. Let's do this one last Thanksgiving meal one. Sweet potatoes or mashed potatoes?
Are we talking sweet potato casserole?
Yeah.
Oh, sweet potatoes.
Okay.
I love a toasted marshmallow. I love a little gooey. Yeah.
That is the one, like, okay, so Guam Thanksgiving is very much just like almost every like traditional Thanksgiving dish there is, and then all the tomorrow dishes too, all the like other dishes, like everything together, which is honestly the best. I love it so much. Your side plates would be overflowing. It'd be so great. You have so much to
Amazing.
eat. Yeah. But the one thing that we never had, and I don't think like people on Guam that are not white people from the States that moved there had ever done like any sort of sweet potato casserole. So I like never had one until I was like, I think I was like 19 when I had my first one. Yeah.
Was it life-changing?
19 or 20.
Yeah, I didn't think it would be. Yeah. It's like definitely.
I'm not like a sweet person, so
yeah. It's that, and it's also like it is. As you were saying it, I'm like, it is a very American sounding thing. It's like we took sweet potatoes that are already sweet, and then we put brown sugar and some pecans maybe, and then also we put marshmallows on top.
Exactly.
And like, but we're making it a side. It's not
right,
dessert.
exactly.
It's not dessert.
I think that's what's confusing to me. I'm like, that would be straight up a dessert for sure.
I'm noticing that I think we're pretty long.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna do one more.
Okay.
Unless you had more that you wanted to do.
No, we can do one more.
Okay. Well, I mean, like, I can do one. You do one. Yeah. Okay. Do you do buffet or family style?
Oh.
Where it's like all, you go through the line, or it's all on the table?
We definitely do buffet.
That's how that's our way too.
I feel like, in theory, if you have like a very small like group, family style makes sense to me. But as soon as you have more than like 4 people, and like all of those dishes, there's just like no space for everything. And just like make it easier for everyone.
Yeah, I love the idea of family style. Like, I like the idea of just being able to like scoop from where I'm sitting. Yeah, it's just not feasible.
Right. It's
I
very
also
picturesque.
Like the experience of a buffet. I love a buffet.
Yeah. You can get as much as you want.
Yeah, I just love that.
Exactly. Yeah. So good. We all love buffet. Okay, the last one I have is drunk uncle or judgy aunt.
Oh. Okay. I think they both enrage me.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
I think I would take judgy aunt because it gives me, like there's always the thing that happens every year on social media where it's like Thanksgiving clapbacks.
Yeah.
And that's like, I live for that.
That's so you.
Like, if my, like I've had aunts before that are like, they're like, I've had one aunt that one time was like, like Nick and I got engaged and married really fast, and she was like, "Oh, so you're pregnant?" And I was "Oh, so you're divorced?"
I need you to like come with me into all my family ones, my extended family ones.
Oh, so that's your 4th glass of wine, and it's 1 p.m.
All right. We all need a little faith energy in our lives, I think. That's what we need. I feel like for the opposite, I would prefer the drunk uncle because I could just be like, you're so funny.
Silly guy.
Yeah, I'm going to go over here now. They're much easier to escape, I feel like.
That is true. They're not going to follow you.
Yeah, they're not.
The judgy aunt will.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a good one. That's a really good one.
Thank you. Oh, those are good.
That was fun. I want to hear y'all's answers to
know.
those. Like, tell us your hot takes about Thanksgiving.
And if you have your own to submit, because we did cut some of ours for time, so I want to know everyone's this or that. So you want us to answer.
we can always play this or that. It can be about anything. We're down. But this was fun to like reflect on the year. Yes. But also hear from you guys and then have a little bit of fun. That was great.
Nice.
It was nice. It was very nice. Like I said, if you want your story read about Thanksgiving, about this or that, any of that, send it to us. Anyway, anywhere you see us online, send it. And also rate, review, subscribe, follow. Yes, we want all of your love. We want to be thankful for your love.
Love us.
We want you to be thankful for us,
please,
if you could. Yeah. So support us. We love you guys.
Please do. And your Delulu to Delulu today is, I mean, hopefully you're not like too full thinking about all this food stuff. But you know, the next time you go out to dinner, I think just this once, you can be a dinner and desserts person. You know, when the waiter comes around and they're like getting all your food and they're like, are we gonna have dessert today? Just say yes. Even me, who's not a dessert person, I can be that person for a night. I feel like all of us deserve to be that person.
I'm that person almost every time. I'm like, I will take that dessert menu. And maybe the dessert cocktail menu too.
Yeah, one of each, please. So you deserve to feel as special as Faith does every time.
Have a 3-course meal.
Yeah.
Have it.
You know what? Get a drink too.
Yeah.
You can have water at home.
Yeah. It's free everywhere else too.
Exactly.
Drink it free there.
Exactly.
Have a nice drink.
Yeah.
Do it all.
I hope that inspires you, inspires all of us. We just all need to be more like Faith, honestly. But I am Asia the Girl.
And I'm Faith Okay.
See you later, besties.
Bye.
Not expect that to be an hour long.
That I know. I was like,
we have so much to say.
Like, this will be really short. Is that an hour 15?
Oh, this is longer than our last one.
Oh,
are you late for?
No.
Okay. Yeah, you're good.
Oh, good.
Oh my god, that was so fun.
That was fun.